Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. So, I came across a video where someone that looked like me was talking about how he lets his white friends go. Why? Because they made some racist remarks about black women. And that is very justifiable because some people really do not understand themselves. Because how would you ask a black man who his preference is? Or asking him, I thought you love other kind of women, and he is telling you that I love my kind of people. That is the people that I love, I vibe with, right? And I think it's mean, and it's only a mean person that will see probably a white man asking him, who is your preference? I cannot ask that question because I know white men love white women, and we love black. I love black men, right? Black men love black women, except for the coons. Asking a black man his preference sometimes, I think, is just kind of right to the cyst, right? And he is telling you what he loves, and you are telling him that he isn't kind of. You act a bit different. That's why I think you will like other kind of people because you don't like. I don't see you throw signs and all that. I mean, signs as how gang when they are the real KKKK. So did you ask him if he's also a member of the KKKK? Some people really be wilding on this internet. And I also love the way he described black women. Woo!
I recently cut off one of my white friends because he was saying some very disrespectful shit about black women. A couple days ago, me and one of my ex-bros decided to meet up and catch up because we haven't seen each other in about a month and a half. We went to the mall, got some food, shit was going well. I asked him what's new with his life and he said, yeah, I got this new manager job up in Thornton. I was like, awesome, congratulations, that's amazing. He asked me, what about you? And I said, I'm graduating college in a few months. I am very excited. Cybersecurity degree. Oh, and I also dabble in TikTok, nothing special. And I was like, oh, you're a TikToker? What do you do? Many things actually. I teach people the true essence of black masculinity. I am a storyteller, I am a writer, a poet, and I share my philosophy. And I also spread awareness and racial awareness that goes on in the country and around the world. I also share my stories of how I overcame self-hatred, and I teach other people how to conquer self-hatred. And he said, oh wow, that's incredible. Thank you. Fast forward, he decided to ask me, so are you talking to anyone? And I said, no, not really. Kind of fucked. I mean, I had talking stages, but they ended horribly. And I said, what about you? And it was like, yeah, I've been dating this one girl for a while, man. She's perfect for me. Wow, congratulations. What does she look like? He took out a picture, and I was like, wow, she's very pretty. White chick, blonde hair, blue eyes. There you go. And he said to me, you know, man, you've been single for a long time. It's very surprising. I'm like, ouch. Well, thanks, I guess. He said, no, I didn't mean it like that. I'm just saying, like, you know, there's so many girls that would go for you. I was curious and I asked him, what do you mean by that? Granted, I'm not assuming he's saying anything racist. My ass has been single for 3 years now. I'm genuinely curious what makes him say this. And he said, there's so many white girls that would go for you. And I'm like, pause. Then I asked him, I was like, what do you think my type is? Looked dead in my fucking eyes and said, I thought you like white girls. Holy shit. I was like, what made you think I like white girls? And then he said, remember that one time you saw that white girl who you thought was very pretty? And I said, yeah, she was. Side note, you can be a white girl, I can find you attractive and still not date you. I think that's a common misconception that a lot of people have. You can be attractive and I still want nothing to do with you. But back on point. I basically told him the same thing. I can find her attractive, but that doesn't mean I want to date her. And it was like, okay, fair, but you have to understand, like, snow bunnies, bro, they like you. And I said straight to his face, that's crazy because I don't like them. And it is what it is. And then he said, what are you looking for in a woman? Like, what's your type like? Then I responded by saying, it depends. Are you talking about race or personality? He said race. I'm like, okay, cool. I like black women. Asian women are pretty attractive. Latinas, Arabs are pretty attractive. But if I had to pick and choose and have a preference, it would definitely be black women across the fucking board, no question. And this is when I lost fucking hope because I tried to educate this guy. Then he had the audacity to say to me, I am surprised you like black women. And ladies and gentlemen, this is why I don't really have white friends. I had a total of 3. It's down to 2 after this conversation. And now I gotta double check with my other 2 white friends to make sure they ain't secretly racist. Back on story. I said to him, why is it surprising that I like black women? And he said, because black women are very ghetto and loud. What the fuck do you mean by ghetto, Brian? And then he said, well, black women come out very masculine and you don't seem like the type of person that's attracted to that. At this point, I'm letting this motherfucker speak. I don't see you dating a black woman because you don't act like a black guy. What the fuck you mean I don't act like a black guy? And he was like, well, you know, you don't... So I'm not a gang member? When the fuck was this? When I first met this guy, he was not like this. At least we never had this type of conversation, but I assumed that he had a good head on his shoulders. Why? Because he was liberal, he doesn't like Donald Trump, and most importantly, he stands for equality, or he likes black people. In the beginning, he showed no signs, and granted, I've been friends with this guy for like 6 months. Joke's on me, I guess. Joke's on fucking me. He continued to say a lot of the black guys at our high school, they were super hood. Like, I can see you dating a white girl, I can see you dating an Asian, but a black woman? And I'm like, dude, I am more obsessed over black women than anyone else at this point. All the people that is watching this, I swear to everything that is holding on this planet, you can ask any of my friends, I am constantly talking about black women. I have a healthy obsession over black women. At this point, I just told him, look, I do not appreciate this conversation that you're having with me because your ideology and your definition on black women is incredibly disrespectful, because not all black women are fucking ghetto, hood, and loud and masculine, or whatever the fuck you want to say. There are plenty, and I mean plenty, of black women on this planet who are very demure, modest, old money, elegant, and very feminine, kind, and secure. There's also many black women who defends themselves, who cares for themselves, who doesn't just love anybody that doesn't deserve it. I kept it a buck with him. Look, I cannot be friends with you anymore because this is very inappropriate. I gotta cut strings with you, bro. And it was like, no, wait, can we talk about this? No, I don't want to talk about this, bro. Because all of this that you got going on, it shows to me that you have been thinking like this for a long time. And because you are thinking like this for a long time, I know me telling you isn't going to change anything. Because this mindset that you have has been around for a hot minute. And you did a really good job at hiding it. So I cut that motherfucker off. Haven't spoken to that motherfucker since. It does hurt a little bit because I'm like, damn, I thought it was a good dude. But also, this kind of goes to show that's like, when it comes to white people, bro, it's, you gotta double make sure. You have to double check, and you have to keep checking this shit regardless. You gotta keep checking them because one of these days they might slip up. But it is what it is, though. It's Onyx and I'm gone. Unfortunate. I recently uploaded this video talking about my experiences with my ex-white friends who was secretly racist. Some of those comments, especially from some black men, was very telling on how little you actually know about black women in general. There are so many different types, varieties of black women. There is Quartet, Old Money, Dark Academy, country, even soft girl black women, earth girl, Y2K, streetwear black women, cultural and spiritual black women, including goth, rock, and punk type of black women. That's not even all of them. One of the best things that I always tend to nerd out when it comes to black women is they are all over the world, mixed in and adapting with many different cultures and language and traditions and religion. There are black women in Sweden, Denmark, Iceland. There is a ton, and I mean a ton of black women in South Korea, Japan, even China. Any country you could possibly think of, black women are there. I can guarantee you that. This is one of the coolest things about black women. You ready? Despite where they live, where they come from, what language they speak, or what culture they are a part of, especially with the many different type of aesthetics, styles, backgrounds, and nature, they have very unique and different personalities, each with their own skills, talents, individual mindset, and interests. I personally met so many different types of black women from different countries, culture. Their wave is always different. I met a few black women that was from the Bahamas and the Columbias not too long ago. Especially when a black woman establishes her own success, like I really love that shit. Like, what do you mean you graduated with a master's degree, you're a doctor, you know 3 languages? Girl, come here. On top of that, a lot of the black women that I mentioned in this video are my type. Especially when she brown or dark skinned. So good. Skin is so rich. I love it. It doesn't matter on the circumference, baby girl, south, east, or west. If the arrow points to you, I'm coming. That's a bar. I go crazy for a black woman with afros. Real talk. Better yet, black women hairstyles that represents Mother Earth. If you know, you know. Straight hair? Yeah, I go with that too. Especially with the African culture type of hairstyles. Oh yeah, I'm all in love with that. People look at my face and think he's not that type of guy. But in truth, I am black to the core. That wasn't always the case. I used to be a self-hating black man some years ago. It was a tremendously long road, and I have a story pinned on my profile for you to watch. The point being made is, this black man is pro-black all the way through. This is Onyx.
This is all I got from this video. I love how he was describing the black women and how he said the chocolate, the dark. I love it, really dark. You know, that skin giving type. Woo! When I say, okay, I'm like, when I see black women, especially those ones with the skin popping, I'm like, oh my God. I always scream, like, you know. And I keep telling people that, oh, my husband, yeah, wherever you are, you better be that. Ooh, won't say no more. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. I love us. When I say I love us, I love us. Yeah, let me get into the video. You know, when the guy was talking about how the guy was like, "You don't like, I thought you are kind of different from the black people." That, oh, I asked, wait, why did he not ask me if he's a member of the KKK? Because that is also a gang. Is that not the gang too? You know, those people are so quick to gaslight themselves, thinking that they are trying. Like, it's just really amazing. Okay, like let's say it's amazing seeing a Nigerian man, right? Like a Nigerian man asking him who is your kind of woman or your type. First of all, you feel like, what do you mean? I mean, where else will I find a wife aside from among us, right? First of all, it is us, right? Us before any other person. When I say us, I see them all Nigerian men also marrying from Ghana, Senegal, Cameroon, all of it, all the African country. But it is the way I am. Just quite very few that those cones, right? But I am not trying to go into that. But it is crazy how somebody will look at you saying the way you are, and first of all asking you, I thought you were in. I mean, like it's denigrating, you know. It's just like saying a white man and asking him, I thought, first of all, telling him that I thought your type is white by a black woman. I expect a black man to love a black man, a white man to love a white woman. That is normal. I am not saying that people do not mix and all that, but the first thing you will think is that yeah, what? And you say black white men love their white women so much. So why is it that when it gets to us, we start hearing story? That was also the same way some white chicks were really very mad that what's her name? Megan the Stallion is dating a black man. Like how? How? I have never seen people being this mean or crazy, but then I say it all the time with them. But yeah, that is how it is. I love his video. Actually, I am happy that some people sometimes do not understand as they are growing, probably because of the things they have seen around themselves. People probably wanted a straight hair. People wanted to look like that just to be accepted. It's okay, but there is nothing as beautiful as tracing your ways and knowing that this is where you belong and there is nothing you can do to change it. Just like how black I am, right? There is nothing I can do to change it. I have to live with it because I love it. Even if I choose to lighten my skin, man, I will be so ugly because it won't be like me. You will still know that I am a black woman. You will know. I don't know if that does make sense. So I love us. I love our skin. Sometimes when I sight you people like, black people from fire, I'm like the skin, the melanin, oh, it's popping. The glow, it shows. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.